Hello and welcome to my very unfancy garage and potting bench. So yesterday, some of y'all were very interested in my post about how I got 2-for-1 orchids at Publix. And I started doing something when I got the first one home and whatever. And I was like, oh, I should share about this. So I actually, obviously many of you do not know me. I am an orchid lover, and I started getting into orchids during COVID, and now I have like too many orchids probably. In fact, my daughter was rolling her eyes at me when I was bringing home my 2-for-1 orchids yesterday. But anyway, there is a little trick that you should do, particularly when you buy an orchid somewhere like a grocery store or something, that'll help it survive and thrive. So, I did not unbox this one. Saved it especially for this video, y'all. So first of all, once you just get them home and out of their little plastic wrap, the first thing that you'll see, and don't be afraid to handle them, they come in this little pot. So now, as you can see, this one here, it looks like it's like packed in some sort of soil or something, but it's actually this like foamy, loamy stuff. Like it's like some little collar. And they do that so it'll like keep the orchid moist during transport and in the store or something. But here's a little tip about orchids. They actually don't like to be soaking wet. And then you can see this one, this is just like a peat moss, and it's pretty common to do that. You can use peat moss for your orchids. But they don't like to stay super wet. The best way to handle orchids is to actually once a week just soak them for like 15 minutes in a little dishwater or whatever. Always keep them in these little plastic cups. Don't try and repot them out of their little cups. But you can see here, I'm just pulling this all out, and you just get it all kind of empty here. Hold on, I'm gonna put this one down for the magic of Instagram. I've got one that I already did. As you can see, I just pulled all the peat moss off. But this I did yesterday actually, and it's still sort of damp. So a lot of times if you see these leaves like starting to yellow or fall out or whatever, it's because they're oversaturated. They like water, but orchids actually, like in their natural environment, will grow in tree bark, like on trees. They kind of attach themselves to trees or whatever. So if you think about how they're watered, it's the rain running down the bark, so they do get wet, but then it drains off really well. They don't like to stay in like a super damp thing. So I personally, with mine, get them all out like this. I'll put it back in this little pot for a minute. And then I personally like to do like the bark type mulch instead of the peat moss. Some people are into the peat moss. Argue with me if you will. Hold on, I'm gonna put my gloves on because I just got my nails done yesterday. P.S. Is this what we're calling soap nails? I don't know, but I love it. Pink polish on James Island, by the way. My favorite nail place. Anyway, so I just get this, like, you know, it's like bark basically. And I just take this, we'll put that guy in here for a minute. Just put like a little in the bottom. Just a little bit. And then I just kind of plunk it down in there. And then I sort of just fill in the mulch. I've got this little bucket under my potting bench. I actually found this potting bench on James Island Mom Swap. It was a find. I love it. Maybe someday I'll have a glamorous greenhouse. Right now, I've got a corner of my garage, y'all. Keeping it real. Okay, so boom. That's kind of like all you need to do. Is he's just in there in his little thing. And it's okay if these guys, the roots stick out or whatever. Just so you know too, this is also a good way. See that guy, how it's like silvery and plump? That root, that's a sign of a healthy orchid. They like to have those nice silvery roots. This guy was dropping some of his flowers already, but an orchid that drops its flowers isn't dead. My cousin has been trying to have orchids for a while, and she totally almost killed one, and I revived it, and now it's mine. But she had got one recently as a gift, and she's like, I think I killed it again. It's all its flowers fell off. It's not dead. Don't throw it out. If its flowers fall off, just prune. You can prune the spikes, and just take care of it. In like a month or so, it'll rebloom new flower spikes. Don't throw them out. They're really cute. Anyway, ta-da! That's my orchid tip for the day. This guy also has like a cut leaf, but it's pretty healthy, so I'm just gonna keep it for now. We'll see how it does. But yeah, that's how you save your orchids. Take all the foamy loamy stuff out, put it in some bark mulch. I then, like once a month, give them a little orchid food with just some water. That's all you gotta do. Hope this was helpful. Go buy some 2-for-1 orchids at Publix this week. Goodbye.